Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yo, this is Warzone Jones coming at you with a raw review. Yes, this review is a little late, but better late than never. Let me get my notes real quick. Got my notes here. The whole show, I would say overall, it was just okay. There was nothing to really be bragging about, but I thought we did have some pretty decent moments, but overall, the show was just okay. No, average. It was really no better than average. But Raw did start off with a segment between The Miz and, of course, Dean Ambrose, because you can tell Dean Ambrose and The Miz are definitely going at it with each other. They're going into a program with each other, but it starts off with Dean Ambrose. He looked like he's walking like through the arena, and all of a sudden he gets a call from Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle names him as the acting general manager. So all of a sudden, now Dean Ambrose is running the show, so he goes out there and then he's talking, and shortly The Miz comes out and he says he is also the acting general manager. He says Stephanie McMahon sent him a message and made him the general manager also as well. So we got two acting general managers. But as these two guys are talking, of course Braun Strowman comes out there and he's talking about how he isn't done with Roman Reigns, and then as soon as he is done with Roman Reigns, he's going to be coming at Brock Lesnar. Now I am definitely interested in seeing those two guys going at it, like Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. And even though like both of them are still heels, but I don't care. Like I want to see that. Like I like to see different matchups, and a matchup like that, Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, like let's be honest here, I think that is a definite interesting match. I want to see how those guys basically like their styles match up. I really want to see that. I definitely do. But as Braun Strowman was talking, Kalisto comes out there, and he's clearly mad. He's pissed off. He's letting Braun Strowman know that he isn't done with him. So he challenges him to a match, and then of course Dean Ambrose makes that match later on through the night. But Dean Ambrose also made another match, which was Finn Balor versus The Miz. So that was the first match of the night. So this match was definitely pretty good. It was a pretty good match. Not bad. It wasn't great or a classic or anything like that, but they had a pretty good match. And the way that it ended was The Miz, he uses his power as the GM, and he pushes Finn Balor into the referee, and he tells the referee to disqualify the Finn Balor because he pushed up against the referee. So since he shoved him, he said, yeah, disqualify him, and that's how you thinking that he was going to just basically win and just end the match. Well, of course, Dean Ambrose comes out there and he says, no, we're going to restart this match, and the match restarts, and Finn Balor hits him with his finisher coming off the top rope, and he gets to win. So Finn Balor, you can tell, is they're slowly trying to build up Finn Balor back to what he once was, because they got a whole lot of work to do with Finn Balor. Next match, the next segment. It was a segment between Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. Now, in this segment, Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, Nia Jax is basically asking her, did she really mean what she had said about her last week, about her basically being great? And, Alexa Bliss, you can tell she's like sucking up to her, kissing her ass, because, she's a little afraid of Nia Jax. So Nia Jax is basically just working with her so she can get a title shot in the future. So she told her that, like, I want a title shot in the future. So she was in Nia Jax was in Alexa Bliss's corner during her match against, of course, Mickie James. So Mickie James and Alexa Bliss has their match. I believe this is their first one-on-one match, if I'm not mistaken. And this match was a pretty damn decent women's match. But the way it ended, which was Nia Jax helping Alexa Bliss, she distracting Mickie James as she was going up to the top rope. And when during that distraction, of course, Alexa Bliss, she takes advantage and she punches Mickie James in the head, and then she comes tumbling down off the ropes. It was kind of a weak finish. She either she punched her or she gave her an elbow, but it was a weak finish. They could have did something better than that. But after she comes off the ropes, she pins her 1, 2, 3, and that's how that match ended. Next, we had Samoa Joe. and Seth Rollins in the segment. They had a brawl backstage, but before that brawl, Samoa Joe was basically saying that he wasn't done with Seth Rollins, that he really isn't like the King Slayer, and basically just talking shit about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes in shortly, and all of a sudden these guys are brawling backstage, and this is what sets up a match between Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe later on. Next was Kalisto versus Braun Strowman. Kalisto versus Braun Strowman was just a squash match. It wasn't even really worth talking about. The match was like literally probably 1 minute. But Braun Strowman beat the hell out of Kalisto for about 1 minute. And then all of a sudden, everyone's favorite wrestler comes out, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out there. He's beating up on Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman is hurt. He's basically handicapped. He has he's a one-armed man, so his arm is hurt. Roman Reigns grabs the chair and he attacks his arm. And I don't know if that's gonna put Braun out for a little while, because from what I hear, Braun Strowman has like an elbow problem, like his arm is hurt. So I don't know if he's gonna be out for a while or what. But Braun Strowman did definitely get beat up by Roman Reigns by getting hit by that chair. And like the whole crowd, man, like they really didn't really come alive until Roman Reigns come out there. And that whole crowd to me was a bad dead crowd. Like it wasn't a good crowd. It really wasn't. Turn my notes around here. Next was the tag team turmoil match, which is basically a gauntlet match. All the tag teams they had in it was Sheamus and Cesaro, Heath Slater and Rhino, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and Golden Truth. This match I thought was pretty damn decent for what it was. I wasn't expecting a tag team gauntlet match or turmoil, whatever the hell you want to call it. But Sheamus and Cesaro look like $1 million. They fought every tag team in this match from the beginning to the middle to the end and defeated them all. So yeah, they looked dominated. Like Sheamus and Cesaro, they looked real strong. So they looked real strong. They beat every team that was on this list. And of course, once they won, the Hardy Boys came out there. So it looked like the Hardy Boys is definitely going to be facing Sheamus and Cesaro again for those tag team titles. Moving on, Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. These guys put on a pretty damn good match. Wasn't a great match. It wasn't a classic match. It wasn't a type of match where you be chanting, "This is awesome," but it was definitely pretty damn entertaining. And both guys are just talented, man. Like Samoa Joe's real talented. Seth Rollins is real talented, and you can see it. And this match, I thought, also told a pretty damn good story also as well, because these guys hate each other. Plain and simple. These guys definitely hate each other. But how it ended was, Samoa Joe gets disqualified, and how he gets disqualified was he used the exposed turnbuckle. And since he used that exposed turnbuckle, the referee definitely disqualified him. He told him, actually, if you use that exposed turnbuckle, I will disqualify you. So at a point during the match, the turnbuckle got exposed. I can't remember who exposed that. Maybe it was Seth Rollins or something like that. One or the other. But he used that exposed turnbuckle, and that's what got him disqualified. And he beat the holy hell out of Seth Rollins after the match. The next match was a match that we have definitely seen on numerous occasions, which was Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. So we've seen this match at least maybe 4 or 5 times, either one. They didn't put on a bad match. They put on an okay match. Of course, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt wins this match, but with the help of The Miz. The Miz came out there and he attacked Dean Ambrose with the Intercontinental title and threw him in the ring, and then Dean Ambrose gets hit with the Sister Abigail. That is the end of the show. The show was just okay. Wasn't a bad show, it was just an okay show. So, this is What's on Jones. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. So I'm out. Cheers.